What's up, YouTube? Okay, hey. Y'all already know what I'm here for. I'm here to give y'all my take, my review on The Haves and the Have-Nots. This is Season 5, Episode 30, titled The Black Man. How many black men are in this show? Jeffrey, David. Am I missing some? Oh, yeah, Derek. Okay, Benny. Okay. So I don't exactly know who it's going to be about, okay? But if this is your first time on this channel, please click that subscribe button. I promise to give you good commentary. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, okay? Let me tune into the show and I will get back to y'all with my review. Yeah, so this episode started off super intense, okay? Y'all, as you know, it started off where it left off the week before. Wyatt was on his knees, though, okay? I think he was about to show Justin what that mouth do. I don't know. But we know this is because Justin was basically like dangling drugs in front of his face. And he was trying to see how desperate Wyatt was, okay? Justin is sick. Okay, so anyways, at this like perfect timing, Jim and the attorney walked into the room, and Jim is like, what is going on in here? And so Justin is like, oh, I was searching him. Jim is like, nah, ain't gonna be none of that. You ain't about to be lying to me, okay? So Wyatt then sits at the table, okay? He's still got his hands behind his back, okay? He's cuffed. And Jim is livid, okay? Because he's not about to be letting Justin just lie to his face like that. So Jim literally yanks Justin, throws him on the table, and was like, you was about to assault my son. You was about to sexually assault my son. What was you doing? Like, they're going back and forth, okay? Because Justin is like, you will not manhandle me, okay? So they literally start like arguing back and forth, tussling in the room, okay? They are like literally punching each other. And I'm like, what? Like, Jim, that's why he think he got so much power in the world. You can't just walk into a police station and start fighting the police, okay? Like, where would you get away with that? No matter how wrong the actual police officer was, okay? But Justin, he started like grabbing for his waist, and I'm thinking, dude, are you gonna shoot him? Because you really was just about to like, you know, get to it with his son. Like, you know that he's right, okay? But they was like punching back and forth. The lawyer is like, no, calm down. Then all of a sudden, I think maybe it was the captain or something at the police station. He runs into the room and he breaks them up. He's like, what is going on here? Jim is like, he sexually assaulted my son. He was like, Justin lying, talking about, no, I wasn't. That was procedure. That was protocol. Okay. I was searching him. You don't know nothing about this. Okay. Because you're not an officer. And Jim was like, oh, cut the crap. Okay. Like, you know, you wasn't doing that. And they get Justin out of the room because the captain was like, to my office now. Okay. We didn't already heard about your reputation around here and how you be filling up the people that you put in jail. So, okay, so he's probably right. Now, he didn't say all that, but that's kind of what I was thinking in my head. Okay, Justin, like, you don't really have a good track record, okay? But whatever, that was that scene, okay? Okay, so now that Justin is out of the room, Austin, the lawyer, she is like, okay, look, we're ready to sign you out, get you out of this jail. Jim was like, hold up, let me talk to my son in private real quick, okay? So basically, Jim and Wyatt are going back and forth because Jim is like, was you really about to do what I think you was about to do because you were under duress? Wyatt was like, look, I was about to do whatever I had to do, okay? I'm a drug addict. I don't know why you don't understand that, okay? Are you ashamed? Are you mad because I was going to do that? Jim was like, no, but like, if that's what you into, like, that's cool. Like, you know, let me know. But if you was doing it because you're under duress, then that's a different story. This dude needs to be handled. And Wyatt was like, look, all of this is your fault. Like, I don't even know why you're here. Everything is your fault. And so Jim is like, it's my fault because you're a drug addict. And he's like, no, you shouldn't have took my money. You shouldn't have washed my cocaine down the sink. That's not cool. So now at this point, yeah, I am desperate and I'm willing to do any and everything to get what I need. And Jim is like extremely disappointed at this point, but it's like, There's no getting through to Wyatt. And Jim is trying everything. He keeps having the same conversation with Wyatt over and over again. I'm trying to help you. I love you so much. Please get help. I can only help you if you want to help yourself. Please want help. And it's like, dude, like, you are doing the same thing over and over. It's just, and like, you don't get a different result. Like, that's just stupid, okay? Stupid. You should have did what Kathryn did and let him stay in jail, okay? He want to live whatever type of life he want to live. Cool. But, I mean, he wasn't safe in jail and he wasn't safe outside of jail because the Malones were going to get to him in jail. So, I don't know. But whatever the case, Jim is hot on fire mad, okay? Because Justin tried to push up on Wyatt while he was like under duress, okay? So Jim goes storming into the captain's office where Justin is, okay? And Wyatt had already informed Jim that the Justin had the cocaine in his pocket, and he's basically like, do what you gotta do and I'll give you the drugs that you need. So at this point, we have Jim storming into the captain's office and tells the captain exactly what's going on. Like, this dude, what type of place are you running around here? This dude has cocaine in his pocket. He was trying to trade drugs for sex or sexual favors, and like, that's not cool. Like, you need to do something about this. And of course, Justin is like a professional liar, so he's like, dude, are you serious? Like, you're gonna believe his drug addict son over me? Like, the guy is a junkie. He will say whatever. And so, of course, Jim was like, okay, well, there's one way to solve this. Let's check your pockets and see if you have drugs in there. Because if you had drugs in there, that's the only thing that would make logical sense as to why you would have it in your pocket. And so the captain is like, well, dude, he does make a point. Okay, you want to like show us your pockets? And he's like, Justin is getting real hot and defensive at this point. Like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, first of all, like, that's illegal. I'm not doing that. You're gonna believe his drug addict son over me. And so the captain is like, touche. Like, okay, that's not legal, but if you can just show us that you don't have it in your pocket, we can like prove him wrong and get this over with. If you don't, then I'll have no choice but to suspend you and do an investigation. So Justin is still defensive, but he refuses to do it. And the captain was like, okay, well, deuces, you're suspended until further notice. And Jim is mad. Like, that's all you gonna do? Like, you're just gonna tap his hand and that's that? After what he just tried to do to my son? Wow. But of course, the dude was like, look, we have a protocol for everything, so I will get back to you with updates, but for now we're gonna have to do an investigation. I'm like, all they gotta do is interview RK, and RK will tell them the same thing. Justin has tried to get several sexual favors from inmates there at that jail. But anywho, okay, so next we see RK. Of course, he always has to check in with Candace. For what reason, I don't know, but they are in Candace's hotel room. He basically gives her an update about how Veronica wants to use RK to get closer to Jeffrey so that Justin can get jealous and she can use that jealousy against him. Okay, so whatever the case, he's supposed to basically be a pawn to get Jeffrey to like fall in love with him, okay, and trust him. Candace is like, are you actually gonna do this? He was like, well, yeah. Candace said, okay, well, Jeffrey's my friend, and he's like, sorry about that. But she don't really care. She don't care about nothing. At this point, she updates RK and lets him know, like, look, I'm looking for hitters, okay? Somebody is gonna rough up Hannah because I don't have time for her. I need my money. And so he's like, Hannah isn't your mother? She was like, yeah. He was like, come on, can't you just try to talk to her? I'm like, RK, you have no idea, okay? Candace is like now mad because she feels like it's her mother's fault that little Quincy is gone, okay? That he is deceased. And at this point, what's his face? RK was like, look, I watched the news. Like, I saw what happened. I don't think that was your mother's fault. And then Candace is like, yeah, whatever. And so at that point, RK is trying to have like a heartfelt moment with her. Like, he even tells her, like, look, My mother, she was on drugs most of my life. Like, she even burned me with a crack pipe before, and even still, I still love her. And Candace is like, okay, but does she have $8 million of your money? RK was like, come again, say what? Oh, okay, then I understand what you're doing then. Whatever. So basically they just have their little like heartfelt moment. Then RK was like, okay, well, you already know what I'm here for, and starts unbuttoning his pants. He tries this with Candace all the time. And yeah, I don't think she's ever going to give in, but I think she's always flattered. And it even made her laugh. And it's really good to actually see her character laugh from time to time because her scenes are always so serious. But whatever the case, RK ends up leaving. Okay, so then we have David. David is in the hospital. He's in the hospital room by himself. He sits up and he has all the burn marks on his back. So the nurse walks inside. She's really shocked to see him sitting up, but she says that's good. Of course, he's only sitting up and not feeling a lot of pain because he has pain medication at this time. But the FBI is on site at the hospital and they would like to speak to David. So he allows them to come inside. So the FBI basically starts questioning him. They inform him that they've already spoken to Jeffrey. And it's like, if y'all talk to Jeffrey, we already know that Jeffrey spilled all the beans because he's not about to try to like cover up for his mother in any type of way, okay? But David, on the other hand, is like, okay, well, since you already talked to my son, yeah, I have reason to believe that my wife is the one that did this, or ex-wife, whatever. He's not really happy about it or even the investigation going forward because he even admits, like, at one point I really loved her and I don't know where things went wrong. But, you know, I really think she is behind this. He wants justice for his bae, okay? R.I.P. Erica, okay? They even inform him that Erica, like, was, like, burning alive while she was dying. Like, she felt that. And I'm like, dang, did y'all have to add in that part? Because she's already dead. Like, ain't that enough? Whatever. So, he's pretty, like, sad about that. But the investigation is going to have to go forth. Now, he even warns them. I'm letting y'all know Veronica is good. She was a lawyer. Well, she is a lawyer. You won't find any evidence on her. Like, she's smart. She will clean up everything. And they were like, boo, we are the FBI, okay? We find out everything, okay? We have our resources that we cannot even inform you of, but we're good, okay? She ain't better than us. So, we'll see what happens with that. Okay, so at this point in the episode, we see Jim and Wyatt. They have walked into Kathryn's new home. This is all brand new to Wyatt because he hasn't seen his mom's new place. Okay, so when they walk in, we have two dudes that walk in the background looking like men in black, like scrawny bodyguards, named Leo and Max. So apparently they are now Wyatt's handlers, okay? He's not in like the county jail, but he is just now in jail in his mother's home. Since his father picked him up from jail, he's just bringing him to a residential jail cell, which would be his room. So Wyatt is not happy about this. He's going off, of course. He keeps telling his daddy he needs his fix. He needs his fix. Oh my gosh, I'm going to die if I don't have my fix. And I'm like, will he? Because I'm kind of sick and tired of his character, okay? But whatever. So Kathryn walks down the stairs all calm and yet cold-hearted and was like, son, it's nice to have you home. And I'm like, girl, bye. You put him in jail. Like, it's not nice to have him home. And she's like, your room is upstairs on the left. And he's like, whatever. Because he doesn't have another way out of this, okay? They were like, you will not leave this house, okay? You are going to get better by any means necessary. So he goes upstairs. Jim lets his handlers know one of you need to be outside of his room door and the other one of you needs to be outside by the balcony because he is not escaping this place, okay? So they go upstairs. Kathryn is like, bravo, Jim, bravo. You've put him in a jail in his own home now. You seriously think that we're going to be able to keep him in here? And Jim is like, look, this is the plan for now, okay? This is the plan and you're going to go with it. Okay, whatever. So at this point, Katharyn has like some papers in her hand, and she's like, look at this picture. You and this escort, you and this escort, this Jezebel, this floozy, this little one night stand. I mean, they're just everywhere. And Jim is like looking at the pictures like he's like really interested. He's like, oh, I remember her. I'm gonna have to call her. Then he's like, oh, this one, yeah, this one, she's not an escort, okay? She's a business partner. Katharyn was like, how? And he was like, the less you know, the better, okay? He is talking about Sarah, the one that is the assistant to the DA. Okay, so Katharyn was like, oh, okay, well, the more you know, the better. I hope you know that you are being investigated for your inclusion in the prostitution ring going on in my hotel. And he's like, okay, and like, I have bigger fish to fry. She's like, well, look, I was just letting you know. Okay, whatever. So, is it Catherine's phone that rings? Somebody calls Catherine's phone. Broderick, I believe. He's meeting her down to the hotel for something, some type of meeting. She's excited to see him. Now, of course, we know that he's planning on Katharyn being his sugar mama, okay? So, he been trying to, like, flirt with her here and there. She seems like she's ready to meet up with him, so I don't know. They might have a hookup, but I thought Katharyn was smarter than that. But we shall see. Okay, so now we have Jeffrey, okay? Jeffrey is at his father's house. All of a sudden, we see a pickup truck, which is Justin's truck. And Justin is like, hey, your friend got me suspended. And, okay, well, Jeffrey's only friend is Wyatt and Candace, okay? So, clearly it's Wyatt. And Jeffrey is like, come again? How did he get you suspended? He's like, look, just talk to your friend and tell him to say that I didn't do anything. Like, I'm innocent. Jeffrey was like, no, what did you do? Let me know. And he's like, look, I didn't do anything, okay? Your friend tried to come on to me. He tried to seduce me. Jeffrey was like, boy, bye, okay? Like, because I've been wanting Wyatt for quite some time, okay? And I even know Wyatt don't swing that way. So, you gonna tell me he gonna do something with you before he even try to come at me? Like, he didn't say that, okay, yeah. But I felt like there was a little bit of jealousy in there. Like, what? Wyatt don't even do that. You lying, okay? So, next thing you know, like, Justin continues on with the lie. He was like, he did, okay, he was on his knees. And Jeffrey was like, I'm not listening to this mess, this nonsense, because I know that Wyatt didn't do that, okay? Have a nice life, goodbye. And so Justin is like, oh, you ain't gonna invite me inside? And he's like, no, okay? So, whatever. Justin leaves, okay? So, when Jeffrey walks back into the house, he just walks in casually and then notices someone is sitting on the couch. That someone is his mother, okay? Now, how in the world did she get into the house without Jeffrey noticing? Jeffrey, either it was his first time walking into the house or she was hiding out somewhere. I don't know. But it's almost as if she just appeared on the couch, okay? So he was like, what are you doing here? And she, like, starts, like, is in a daze, okay? Because she's looking at the house. She's like, this is a beautiful home, okay? Besides this raggedy country plaid red and green and white furniture that I don't know who picked this out. The rest of this house is beautiful. I remember the first time I saw this home and we rode past it and I told your father I really wanted it. He said, it's not the time, it's not the time, it's not the time. And I remember the day that someone bought it. They purchased it, okay? I was like so hurt, but there was nothing I could do about it at that time, okay? Come to find out, it was David was the one that actually purchased it, okay? He just didn't tell Veronica. Okay, so then she's just like reminiscing on like their past, her and David. And this is where the whole idea of the black man, the title of the show, comes into play. So she's like, okay, so let me figure this out. I let him lead, you know, in our marriage in our 20s. I let him lead in our 30s. And then by the time I turned 40, I decided I need a voice, okay? I need to have something to say. No, but by that time, he decided, oh, I'm going to go run into the arms of little Miss Blonde Hair Maggie Day, okay? have an affair with her, okay? Then he's always been Jim's little flunky, okay, and does everything that Jim asks him to do, and he's just a little good old boy to Jim, okay? Then there's this little thing, Erica, that he had in the house with him, and it was just like, what? Like, all because I wanted to be heard. I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted my opinion to matter. So you tell me that a black man cannot handle a strong black woman with an opinion. So those are the different routes and areas that they turn to in life because they couldn't handle somebody strong like me. Or, it's just sad, they're either in all these different situations or, they're a lot like you, Jeffrey, okay? Basically insinuating they don't want a strong black woman because they want a man. Okay, so Jeffrey, he's bothered, okay? He's irritated by all of these comments, especially the last comment, but he's letting her finish, okay? So then he finally steps in and says, okay, let me address your concerns, okay? Maggie Day, okay? He did not run to her and have an affair with her. You literally pushed him into her arms, okay? You wouldn't stop. He had ample opportunities, but he didn't until the very last minute, okay? We all know that Veronica got rid of her, okay? Then, as far as this whole black man thing, oh no, let's address the home, okay? The home. He actually still had faith in you guys' relationship even after you burnt down you guys' house with him inside of it. He decided, oh, I still love this woman. Let me go buy her her dream house, and maybe I could pull us back together that way. Nah, but you still didn't want to act right. And Erica was in the picture. She acted right, okay? And he was happy with her. And that's why she was in this house with him. Now, let me address your whole black man thing, okay? See, this is the thing. A black man can succeed. He can handle a strong black woman, but those aren't the only attributes she has to have. She has to be strong, black, opinionated, stable, encouraging, loving, supportive, and stable, okay? And that you were not. So the only problem that was in his life was you. Boom. Okay. Jeffrey read her from here, there, everywhere, north, south, east, and west. Read her like a straight audiobook. Okay. So she was like, tread lightly. Okay. I am your mother. And he's like, that was the only problem. Okay. So you did not display those attributes. And that's what it is. And so Veronica is feeling some type of way. So she's like, Jeffrey, if I didn't love you, I would have somebody slice your throat. And he's like, okay. And it's making me think Veronica is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I've always questioned her love for Jeffrey, but she might actually legit love him because there's been ample opportunities for her to get him knocked off, but she doesn't, okay? She gets him roughed up, she gets him put in jail, but she don't ever get him killed. Even after he done stabbed her, she don't get him killed, okay? So there may be some truth to that, okay? But she said love has a limit, okay? Don't play me, okay? Don't try me, okay? Because it will go there. Oh, and your little friend that was outside, Justin, I know what his truck looked like, so I'm going to watch his truck, okay? Basically, you see what happened to Erica and your father, okay? I would hate but love to see him in the same position as them, okay? So that is how that scene ended off. She walked out the house like it's nothing. She's unbothered by his words, and he happily shut the door on her and went upstairs. Yeah, so this next scene was good, okay? So, as you know, the episode before this episode, what's his face? Derek made Hannah breakfast, okay? So, they were just finishing up their breakfast, and then they moved to the living room, the couch. Hannah is like, still coming down from the night before. She can't believe everything that has occurred. But she does tell Derek, she has to go to the bank, but she has to go wake up Benny so they can go to the bank. And Derek is like, Benny had a long night. Maybe you should let him sleep another hour. Cool. Okay. So she's talking to him on the couch and she's basically like thanking him for like staying at her house the night before and making sure she was okay and just everything he's been trying to do to be supportive. And he's like, of course, like I really care about you. I know the police are coming today and they're going to ask more questions, but if you need to go take care of business and you need me to wait here like until they get here or wait here, in case they come to do further investigations, then by all means, like I have my own business, so I'm not on an actual schedule, so I can't do that for you. And she's like, I don't want to ask you to do that. He was like, no, it's not a problem. So cool. So she's like, I am just so grateful for you. Thank you so, so, so much. And of course, this is like perfect moment for him to go in for the kill and to get his little smooches, okay? But the smooches turned into smooches, okay? Because it was drawn out longer and longer and longer. And she was like, hold up now. We know what kissing leads to, okay? And y'all, pause, hold up. For the longest, my dad used to say, like, don't kiss because kissing leads to sex. And I used to be like, that's a lie. And, like, I have 2 kids 15 months apart, so that's really not a lie. But whatever, back to the story. So, we have like them, they're kissing. She stops kissing for a minute. I thought maybe she stopped because, Benny liable to come downstairs and set it off, okay? But that's not what happened. She was basically like, you already know I can't do this. He was like, what? You can't kiss? She was like, no, we already know what this is going to lead to. He was like, why would kissing lead to sex? She was like, well, if you knew where my mind was going. And I was like, Hannah, what? We know you got a little inner like freak in you, okay? So, he's like, oh, really? So that's how you feel, okay? He's like flattered at this point. And she's like, no, but like, I want to be married. Like, I know I'm not no young spring chicken. I'm not in my 20s, but I'm a grown woman, okay? I know what I want, how I want it, okay? And when she's saying how I want it, she's meaning she wants to be married when she does that, okay? And he's like, okay, cool. And I'm a grown man and I know what I want and how I want it, okay? And so he was like, you ain't gonna ask me how I want it? And she was like, no, I'm not asking you that. He was like, nah, you can ask me. It ain't gonna be nothing nasty, okay? And she's like, just answer the question then. And he was like, I want it every which way you want to give it to me, okay? However you want to do it, that's how I want to do it, baby, okay? So he's getting all close to her. And at this point, like, she, like, is, like, laughing. They're real flirtatious. And they start kissing again. But at this point, it's a little bit more intense. And, I don't think it would have went all the way there, but Hannah was a little bit more open than she was like a few minutes prior. But perfect timing, knock, 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 saved by the knock on the door. They don't know who it is at this point, but Derek is like, hey, I've been playing man of the house for a couple days. I may as well go answer the door. So he goes to go answer the door and he's like, oh, okay, hello, nice to meet you. Who are you? She's like, I am Hannah's daughter, Candice. And he's like, he thinking in his head, like, shoot, I done heard all kinds of stuff about you. I got my good eye on you, okay? He didn't say that, but that's what he was thinking. She walks into the room, and she's like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Derek. She looking like, oh, what? My mama got a boo? He kind of cute. She didn't say that, y'all, but I imagine that's what she was thinking. So anyways, of course, it is Hannah and Candace face to face at this point because they always have a showdown every season. So this is the beginning, okay? Yeah, this scene, this showdown with Hannah and Candace was probably like my favorite Hannah and Candace showdown. And typically, like, they say the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and it's the same argument. But this time, Candace came with a new plan, okay? Y'all know earlier in the episode, RK told her, you should go and try and talk to your mother, okay? So she tried to do that, okay? This was some of the best acting I've ever seen Tika Sumpter do in her life, okay? She goes in and she plays like innocent daughter. She was even referring to Hannah as mama, okay? She never calls her mama, okay? She always calls her Hannah. She's like, look, basically, I heard about the guy that came over here yesterday. I heard from Benny. I wanted to make sure you're okay. Hannah is like, girl, don't lie to me. At least look me in my face and tell me the truth. Like, you're not worried about me if I'm okay. She's like, well, how is Benny? She said, Benny is fine. He is upstairs sleeping. And she says, okay. So, the guy that came over here, I owe him a lot of money. Hannah said, how much money do you owe him? She said, I owe him everything I own. And she's like, okay, well, it sounds like a personal problem to me. And so Candace says, look, he said he's going to kill me if he doesn't get the money. And I know you don't want me to die. Mama. Every single time she would say mama, Hannah was like, girl, if you don't quit with this mama stuff, come on now. So she was like, no, I'm serious. Like, I know that you don't want me to die. I know that you're concerned about me. She said, no, I don't want you to die. She was like, I know that you even went to war when war was after me and you tried to, like, talk him out of trying to get to me. She said, I know that because Benny told me that. So, please, like, I know you don't want me to die. And then she's like, I don't. And this is your issue to deal with. I will do anything for you. I don't want you to die. I will do anything for you. I love you. But what I will not do for you is lie, cheat, steal, or kill. I will not do that. So I will always do what's right. And you will never get that money from me. So at this point, Candace was tired of playing like Mrs. Nice Sweet Daughter, okay? She literally comes down close in Hannah's face and was literally like her whole everything, her whole demeanor changed, okay? She like sunk into herself. It literally looked like a demon coming out of her. And she was like, Hannah, don't play with me. Give me my money, okay? And so Hannah is like, there you go. I knew you was in there, demon. Come on now. I knew you was in there. Let's play ball. And she said, you're going to give me my money or somebody is going to end up over here. You're going to have a special visitor every single night. And so Hannah is like, say what? So that was you? You sent him over here? Candace would never admit that it was her, but she was like I said, you'll have a visitor every single night. Unless you, me, and Benny go down to that bank and you wire my money to me. She said, that is not your money. That is the crier's money, and we will be giving it back to them. Candace was like, girl, don't play with me, okay? Like, I'm dead serious, okay? I tried to spare your life. And so at this point, Hannah gets like spiritual on her, okay? She starts calling out the demons like, come on out, demon, come on out, because I see you crystal clear now, okay? What's your name? Which one of these are you? Because I see all of you, okay? I will start calling you out by name in the name of Jesus. I'm like, girl, she done took that straight out the verse, okay? Okay, I'm every Sunday church goer, okay? I know that verse, okay? So she was like, and so at that point, Candace, she like doesn't go any further. She doesn't incriminate herself. She's just like, look, you'll get a visitor every single night. So you don't want to cooperate? Okay. And like pops back into character and was like, okay, well, I gotta go. And I'm like, what? Like, and if this is going to relate to the Bible in any type of way, like technically in the Bible, when you start like calling out the demons by name and like casting them out in the name of Jesus, that's when like they tremble and like they flee. And so that was kind of what happened with Candace in that moment, was symbolic of that, because she snapped back into like her regular character, got up and walked out, because that wasn't a fight that spiritual warfare, that wasn't a fight she was gonna win. She knows like, okay, I'm gonna have to go in my black book and pull out my heavy hitters, which I would hope that she doesn't do that to her own mother, but we shall see. Okay, by the time like that happens, now Derek wasn't in there during all of that. He went and stood and waited outside, but Hannah is like stressed, okay, to the max. So, next thing you know, we have this ending scene. This is with Katharine and Broderick, okay? They are in a hotel room where they met for their meeting, and Broderick passes Katharine some papers. She's looking through the papers. She's like, you already gave me all this stuff before, so what'd you call me down here for? He was like, you already know what it is. You already know why you here. And she was like, excuse me? I have no idea. Like, she tried to play dumb, okay? And he just goes in for the kill. Like, he already know that she hot and ready. So he goes in, grabs her face, and kisses her. And I'm thinking, Kathryn, ain't you gonna stop him? Like, I thought you was smarter than this. No, Kathryn was like, it's been a minute, okay? It's been a minute. It's been a minute. And she's all in for it. Now, remember, she has done this with Jim before, okay? And after they got doing what they had to do, Kathryn was like, okay, I used you for what I needed. Okay, we're back on the same terms. So maybe Kathryn will do that this time, but we shall see. But they start getting hot and heavy on the hotel room bed, and he is taking charge. And I'm like, girl, don't even call her Kathryn no more. Call her Stella, because Stella got her groove back, okay, with a young tenderoni, okay? So we'll see how this maps out. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this episode. I'm sorry this was a late review. If you made it this far and you're not a subscriber, you may as well click that subscribe button and quit playing, okay? Quit playing. Yeah, please like this video, like, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.